Everybody, welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name, and today we're looking at the next big event coming to sort of Convallaria. That is Upon the Scorched Earth. Now, I'm not going to talk about the story at all, as that's all spoiler stuff, but from what I've seen, it's been pretty enjoyable. But we are going to go into this event, and it's surprisingly different from the last event in a lot of ways in terms of in terms of the meta rewards, it's going to be pretty similar, but in terms of the event itself, how you're playing, it's actually going to be, it's seemingly way different, and I'm very excited as this has been incredibly fun. So you can see here, it is coming out on the 29th. So first and foremost, let's take a look. What is the event actually about? There is a story campaign. However, you're not using your own units. You are using, these are all structured fights. Now, maybe the intervals, right? These aren't unlocked yet. I can't tell. But these are all so far structured fights, which means they are like you're given a situation and you're given the units you're going to use, and your goal is to beat the fight with those units. So it is fun because they are very handcrafted. They're not very difficult because of that, but that is a very fun aspect of it. I am suspecting they are going to get quite a bit harder and maybe even more involved in this kind of stuff, or to get the secondary effects or not, because you don't unlock it until Act 10, which would look like quite a way through, but that's where you unlock the very new system that's very cool. I like this a lot, the Tactical Awakening. So this is a self-contained, basically meta progression. So you're going to start here and you're going to get 3% attack, which is, physical and magical attack. But then you see here, you're going to be able to get different like tactics things, right? Increase attack and defense by 50% with 3 or more stacks of chill. Increase your HP by 5%, and you're basically going to be able to equip these, and this will only affect you within this mode, only the units within this mode. So it is a whole self-contained meta progression, which I assume you're going to need. But how do you actually get this currency? You'll get a little bit from doing the stages the first time, but also if you come through the diorama, you'll be getting these. You'll be getting TP while you do this. You will also be getting trophies. So trophies is going to be this version of the shop's cakes, basically. You can take a look here. You're going to get bonus drops, so probably more TP and more of the cakes and stuff. I actually like that you're going to be able to use Guzman as one of the units to get 20% bonuses here. In any of the, well, I guess some of the silver units, that's a little sad, but Agile Eyes, Butterfly, Fire Sorceress, and I think that's Ballista, and here. So they are going to have the exact same structure here. The only thing that's super different is this whole TP system, which I think makes it more fun. And the fact that you're not using your own units in the main mode, I actually think is going to be super, super fun. You can see here the main characters are going to get additional stuff. So overall, this event is looking like a huge upgrade to me in terms of how you're playing it. The story was much more gripping. I enjoyed the story from what I've seen so far. It's not finished. But it was just more enjoyable. The actual stages were more fun for me. Although the first game stages were fun because there were like mini games and stuff. These felt more like really fun tactical battles where you get to show off these new units. And then there's going to be more difficult challenges, I'm assuming, with the Tactical Awakening. And I'm very excited to level this up. It's a really fun mechanic, in my opinion. So let's take a look at the meta rewards. First, let's take a look at the quests. You can see here, these are going to be basic things you complete just by going through. You're going to get some cosmetics, currency for cosmetics, some currency, and then this is mostly to help you clear out the shop. As for achievements, it's going to be basically the same thing here. I don't know if there's something missing here or if it's just you get double the reward basically for doing this. But this is basically all just going to help you clear out the shop. So let's take a look at the shop. Good things and bad things about the shop right off the bat. 1, there are 6 pieces of legendary gear in this shop. That is a huge upgrade. That's double the amount of legendary gear. Although one of them in the last one, I think it was 1 trinket, 2 weapons. This is 6. They're all random, so they could all be weapons. They could all be trinkets, or you could get 3 and 3. One thing notably missing from this shop in this version, this is the test version, is there is no Callista in this shop. All right, so that could be a pretty big downer if you were looking for Callista. However, there is, I don't know if this is more radiant powder or not. I think this is 50,000 times 15. This seems like a lot of radiant powder. So there's a lot more. This seems to, missing that Callista really does hurt. Also 3 summons. I mean, that also kind of sucks. I wish they would just do a multi. I wish they weren't afraid to just give us 1 multi in an event. especially if it's going to last like a month. I feel like one multi in that month is not that big of a deal, but maybe it's because in the old game I played, they would give you 10 tickets, summon tickets, but they'd be for 2 different banners, 5 for one banner, 5 for another banner. So I'm just kind of like used to getting one multi when an event comes around. So getting only 3 is a little down for me, but it's not that bad. Other than that, I think this is a good shop. The missing Callista, I think, is a little worrying. I hope they don't get more stingy with those over time. I hope, if anything, they get more generous with them as we get more characters and we want to use more of them. I hope there's ways to get more of them. But 6 legendary items, a bunch of the stars is actually huge, because as you get later and you're trying to level up talents, this shit becomes really hard to get, especially the rainbow and the golden ones. These ones you could probably skip. So, quick look at the shop here. Prioritize the 6 legendaries. The 3 summons, I mean, you should prioritize, like, absolutely clear them out. I would also probably get all 30 of the unnamed stars, and I'm probably going to get all 30 of the unnamed star glows as well. I'm definitely picking up the radiant powder. I'm picking up the radiant ore. I mean, this shop is pretty darn good. I completely suggest you skip the epic tarots. It's only 900 to get every single one, which is not that much. It's the same price as one secret fate, but they're just gonna go straight into tarot essence. You're not gonna be using them. The random legendaries, 10 of those is honestly probably pretty good. It's a little bit of a lower priority. I'm gonna get common experience as it's getting harder for me to actually do it. And then you can get the platinum rank medals if you want, but I think those are a little bit lower priority. So that's kind of the event. That's a little bit of an overview of it. If we go into an actual level here, this account doesn't have leveled shit, so I don't want to do it, but let's give you an example of a level. Let's go here. Defeat all enemies, Alexi's defeated. Let's just take a look at a level and see exactly what it's about. So you're not using your units, you are using units that the game gives you. We're going to skip all the story. But they're like, they're very thematic levels, right? And you get to use Alexi for most of it. You do get to use Samoa for a little bit of it too, but I think Alexi seems to be the main character of this one. But you see here, you get to use him and do some fun stuff, and these are all your guys. You're going up against them. These are fun fights that are set up to give you, I feel like you're getting a slight advantage. However, I think after level 10, when it switches and you get the ability to farm to increase your overall stats in this mode, I think it's gonna really turn up the difficulty where they're gonna make you grind. But yeah, that is it for this event. That is the overview. I think it's a big improvement. I hope, besides the Callista, I think the no Callista, at least in this version of the shop, is a pretty big downer. But maybe I'm missing one somewhere. Maybe it's not in a quest, but maybe it's outside of this mode. Maybe they just gave us some in a weekly login to celebrate the launches of this event. I don't know. All I know is when I look in the shop, I don't see one, and that's a bummer to me. Everything else, I'm at a 10 out of 10, though. Much love. Anyway, that's going to be all for this one, guys. Thank you very much. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye!
Platypus on the rise, watch the views go.